Hey guys, it's Anthony. So today I'm just gonna I got actually this idea from Kyle Gott. He interviewed other people with different AFSCs. He did different branches. Today I'm gonna actually talk to someone, just a friend. He's in the military as well. He's gonna be talking about material management, or what you guys eventually start hearing in the Air Force world throughout supply. So he's gonna tell the AFSC just a generalization of how it's broken down, and then some general questions. I'm going to be out of this video. I'll answer the questions in the background. So here we go. So sir, what's the AFSC? Break it down.
So my AFSC is 2SOX1, Material Management, also known as Supply. So in Supply there's different jobs. At my last base, I worked what was called storage and issue. So we manage basically a warehouse with aircraft parts, ranging from engines to screws, basically, to pens.
Mm-hmm.
And our job is to, depending on where you're stationed at, is to issue out those parts to maintenance, to the maintainers. So those parts can be put on the airplane by the maintainers, so the plane can leave.
And then I know you haven't worked in the other sections as much, but what else is supply broken down to?
So supply is broken down into storage and issue.
Mm-hmm.
You have inventory.
Mm-hmm.
You have hazmat.
Mm-hmm.
You have IPE, and you have flight service center, and you also have, in some bases, aircraft parts store. That's it.
So what? Some of the questions when I told him about my job of TMO, so one of the questions is like, how does your job really relate? Like, what's its impact on the Air Force really? Why is it so important?
So there's a saying that goes with working material management or supply is you can't fly without supply. So basically, if maintenance if they don't get their parts, the plane can't fly, and the plane can't basically the base can't fulfill their mission. So if we don't give their aircraft parts to the maintenance, especially in an efficient time, then the plane can't fly, and that's when leadership gets involved and things can get messy.
So what's your guys' typical hours? And then I know some of the questions that was asked in my TMO job is what kind of the work hours, and is your job available throughout worldwide, and do you guys deploy a lot? Like those kind of questions.
Okay, so our hours is from 07:30 to 4:30. When I worked flight service center, we were 0700 to 1600.
So a typical Air Force.
Typical Air Force job, 8 hours a day. Some bases, depending on the mission, if it's a 24-hour base, we're flying 24 hours. We'll have storage issue. We'll have a day shift. 07:30 to 16:30. We'll also have a swing shift from 15:30 to 23:30, and then we'll have a midnight shift from 23:30 to 07:30.
Nice.
And then what was that question
again? Do you guys deploy a lot, and then is your job available worldwide, different bases?
Okay, so deployment, it all depends on where you are. Every base has a different tempo band.
Exactly.
So it all depends really on where you are. And
your job's available pretty much everywhere, right?
Oh yes, and supply. I mean, basically, if there's a plane, we're gonna go with it. Even if there's just a mission, we're gonna go with it. So supply is one of the crew fields we go everywhere. So we literally can go. We go to Air Force bases. We can go to Army bases. We work naval bases.
Exactly.
Supply is a career field, which is very needed.
Then the last two questions is the one: how long is your tech school, and what's your overall general opinion about the job?
So our tech school is 33 academic days, which is about 6.5 weeks. Do I have to say where tech school?
No, you don't have to.
So yeah, our tech school is 33 days, 6.5 weeks. We basically get tested every day. Tech school it flies by. You get kind of like a crash course learning in the supply. You learn about how we use our online,
Mhm.
I guess our online system, and then we get like shown around the warehouse, what it looks like, how it works, um, and then
Do you like it? Pretty
do
much.
I like overall? Do I like supply? I do. I mean, I think there's benefits to it. I think it's a career field where if you use it right, if you get experience with it, and if you get your CCF, you can actually get out if you decide to get out and have that experience and have that degree, and you can actually go into like a warehousing job in the outside world. It's a good job. You learn a lot. You work hand in hand on with the flight line, and it's very extreme. I know everyone says every job is important in the military, which is 100% true. But our job is very important because we can have basically if our parts don't get out to the maintenance, commanders can get involved, and like I said, things can get pretty ugly. So, but overall, our job is a great job. It gets kind of a bad reputation. It's funny. I was talking with my coworkers about this last week or a couple weeks ago. Is that I feel like sometimes a lot of people who work in supply, they don't have the best view of it. It's because it's not their first choice.
Yep.
But if you are going to the military and you're thinking about going into supply, it's not a bad gig, and there's a lot of benefits with it. Matter of fact, a job I actually left out is called MRSP, and that career field you can go TDY. So basically, wherever you are, you can go
make that extra money.
Exactly.
Yep.
And you get the chance to go to a new base and get training and learn and to just experience something new. So, with a job like supply, you're gonna meet a lot of people. You'll get a lot of experience, and it's basically a warehousing type of job. So it's a job where you can do in the military, you can do it outside the military.
So you guys just heard a quick brief. Thank him. He doesn't want anyone to know who he is really. So, but pretty much everything we said today is his opinion, his point of perspective. None of it's the Air Force's opinion. We're just telling about each of our jobs. I want to thank you for being able to do this with me. I appreciate taking your time. But as you can see, this job has a lot of benefits. It's a two job, so it's pretty much it falls under logistics with TMO as well. And as we actually work very close to each other, AFSCs wise, they bring us stuff that we have to ship stuff. We receive stuff that will go eventually to them, so that they can disperse to the base that needs the items as well. So if you guys want more questions, I have a couple, not only him, but I have other people who work supply who could, if you guys have questions, put it in the comment below and they can answer it. Please like this, share it. I believe I've seen a couple comments in my old videos about people going in supply, so these videos will be beneficial. I'll find more people in different career fields and continue to do this. Follow me on Instagram at Cartaro Prince or my Snapchat, and as always, subscribe. Thank you. Thanks, Smith.
Yeah.
I'll cut the parts off.